Welcome to the Insider Madrid channel, so you don't miss any content. Subscribe and activate the bell. If you like it, leave your like and comment what you think. Now, let's go to the video.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, February 5, 1985, Madeira, was born into a humble family. His father, José Dinis Aveiro, was a grocery worker, and he was 20 when he married 18-year-old Maria Dolores dos Santos. She had had a difficult childhood as her parents were poor and abused. A year after their wedding, they had their first child, Elma. His father then had to go to the front to fight in Africa, where he stayed for 10 months, and his second son was born while he was at war. His name was Hugo, but when José Dinis returned home he wasn't the same, because he didn't want to work and spend his days at the bar. She decided to go to work in France, returning 5 months later and giving birth to her third child, Katia. They came to live in a squat, and there they had Cristiano Ronaldo, their fourth and last child. Maria Dolores even considered having an abortion, as she didn't know how she could feed her children. Cristiano Ronaldo's brothers. Elma is the oldest of the 4 siblings, and was born in 1973. After her birth, Hugo was the children's first child. Born in 1975, he was addicted to drugs and promised Cristiano Ronaldo that if they won the 10th trophy he would give up drugs. Katia, 1977, was the third, and in 2005 she made her singing debut under the nickname Ronalda. Years later, she would return as Katia dos Santos, and even participate in the Supervivients, where she became known in Spain. The last to be born was Cristiano Ronaldo, 1985, and his name is due to the former actor and President of the United States of America, Ronald Reagan. Their relationship is good, and when Cristiano started earning money, his situation changed for the better. Childhood and beginnings in the world of football. It was José Dinis who introduced young Cristiano to the world of football when he was just 8 years old. He started at La Andorinha, and his father decided that he would play for one of the best teams on the island of Madeira, Clube Desportivo Nacional. He stayed there until he was 16, and after a trial at one of the country's big clubs, Sporting Club de Lisboa, he made the team, having to move to the Portuguese capital, even though he was so young. At the age of 17, he made his debut for Sporting, where he played the full game and made a great impression. The most important match of your career. In the 2003 pre-season, Sporting's Estadio José Alvalade was inaugurated in a friendly match against Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo had caused a huge sensation, and he knew that this match was the key to making a name for himself in the big European leagues. That's why his teammates were always looking for him on the left wing, and Cristiano was constantly dribbling, and feinting at John O'Shea, the right winger tasked with covering the young right winger. Cristiano himself later said that scoring was not the important thing. If I scored, 100 teams would be interested in me, but because I did that, only 50 did. According to Cristiano himself, Sir Alex Ferguson spoke to him after the match and showed his interest in Manchester United. Early years at Manchester United. David Beckham was the captain of the Red Devils, and that same summer he was transferred to Real Madrid, so Cristiano inherited the number 7. He was signed on August 12 for €18 million, and played his first minutes 4 days later in a Premiership match against Bolton, playing half an hour. He scored his first goal for England on November 1 against Portsmouth from a direct free kick. That year they only won the FA Cup, where Ronaldo himself scored a goal. He scored 6 goals and provided 9 assists in 40 games. Explosion of the Red Devils. In the 2004-05 season he made a total of 50 appearances, scoring 9 goals and providing 10 assists. He was named the 2005 FIF Pro Young Player of the Year. The following season, he was the team's second top scorer in the Premier League with 17 goals and won the domestic trophy. In 2007-2008 they repeated it by winning the regular Premier League tournament, and also won the UEFA Champions League against Chelsea on penalties, with Cristiano Ronaldo scoring in the 90th minute, although he missed on penalties. In addition, that same year he broke a record held by George Best for scoring the most goals in a season, 42 goals. He won the Golden Boot and the Ballon d'Or for the first time in his career, becoming the third Portuguese to do so after Eusebio, 1965, and Luís Figo, 2000. The 2008-2009 season was the last for the Portuguese star at Old Trafford, and this time they weren't so lucky and were taken to the UEFA Champions League by FC Barcelona. In the summer of 2009, Real Madrid signed you with Cristiano Ronaldo for €94 million, making him the most expensive player in the club's history. The club was not going through a good period, and they decided to entrust the presidency to Florentino Perez, who that same year brought in other stars such as Kaká, Benzema and Xabi Alonso. On the day of his presentation, the Santiago Bernabéu was packed with 90,000 people. With his signing, the Cristiano-Messi rivalry began, at a time when Guardiola's Barcelona were winning everything. His first manager at Real Madrid was Manuel Pellegrini, and that year he did not win any trophies, despite Ronaldo having scored 33 goals in 35 games. Mourinho's arrival. After the failure of the season, Florentino Perez hired Portuguese coach José Mourinho, who had just won the Champions League against Barcelona, at the Santiago Bernabéu. With the Portuguese at the helm, they managed to win the King's Cup that year, with Cristiano Ronaldo's header against FC Barcelona. In 2011 he received the Golden Boot from the previous year after scoring 53 goals in 54 games. That year, they won the 100-point league, and Cristiano became the first player to score for every team in La Liga. In the 2012-13 season, Real Madrid only won the Spanish Super Cup, where Cristiano scored a goal in the first game and another in the second, to defeat Football Club Barcelona. That season he scored 55 goals in 55 games. Real Madrid's 2013-2014 season was a success. They won the coveted 10th European Cup and the Copa del Rey. Cristiano scored 51 goals in 47 games and broke the Champions League record after scoring more than 10 goals in 3 consecutive seasons. He went on to score 17 goals in 11 European Cup games, which made him the highest single-season goalscorer in history. This earned him his second Ballon d'Or. In 2014-15 Cristiano Ronaldo won the European Super Cup against Sevilla, scoring both winning goals. He also won the Club World Cup and was proclaimed the best player in Europe, in addition to surpassing Raúl as the Champions League's top scorer, with 71 goals in 110 games. He won his third Ballon d'Or and was recognized as the best player in the history of Portugal, in addition to beating Pichichi with 48 league goals. Breaking records. Cristiano Ronaldo is an insatiable scorer and surpassed Raúl González in 2015-2016 as the top scorer in the history of Real Madrid, with 323 goals with the white shirt. He also became La Liga's all-time top scorer, surpassing Raúl once again. That year he won his third Champions League, won in Milan against Atletico Madrid, where his penalty was what gave Real Madrid victory. At the end of the year he won his fourth Ballon d'Or ahead of Leo Messi. In 2016-2017 Real Madrid renewed its UEFA Champions League title, becoming the first team to do so twice in a row in the new format. They also won La Liga, which would be Cristiano's last with the team. A surprising decision. In the 2017-2018 season, Real Madrid won up to 4 titles: Super Cup of Spain and Europe, Club World Cup and Champions League. Cristiano scored 44 goals in 44 matches and won the Best Award given by FIFA. He also won his 5th Ballon d'Or, his last to date. After winning his 5th Champions League, he announced that it had been a pleasure wearing the shirt of Real Madrid, and decided to leave Real Madrid. On July 10, 2018, his arrival at Juventus, for €105 million, was made official. With the Rossonero team he won the Scudetto and the Italian Super Cup in 2018, scoring 28 goals in 43 games. In the current 2019-2020 campaign, Cristiano scored 25 goals in 32 games. With the Portuguese national team. After debuting with the Portuguese youth team at the age of 17, Cristiano Ronaldo was called up to the senior squad in 2003, and participated in Euro 2004, which was played in Portugal, where he lost in the final to Greece. In the tournament, he scored 2 goals in 7 games. He later played in the 2006 World Cup, where they finished 4th after losing in the semi-finals to France. Cristiano scored only 1 goal. He would do the same at Euro 2008, where they lost in the quarterfinals to the Netherlands. At the 2010 World Cup, they lost in the round of 16 to Spain, and he only scored 1 goal. At Euro 2012 they lost again to Spain, this time in the semi-finals after a penalty shootout in which his teammates' mistakes prevented Cristiano from taking 5th place. For the 2014 World Cup, Portugal had to go to the playoff against Suecia, where Cristiano scored all 4 goals to qualify Portugal for the World Cup in Brazil. Once there, they failed to make it past the group stage. Joy would come at Euro 2016, where Portugal defeated hosts France in the final, where Cristiano was injured after a first-half tackle by Dimitri Payet. At the 2018 World Cup in Russia they lost in the round of 16 to Uruguay, and in 2019 they won the League of Nations against the Netherlands. Cristiano Ronaldo had his first child 9 years ago, and since 2017 he has been in a relationship with Argentine model Georgina Rodriguez, with whom he has 3 children, Alana Martina, Eva Maria, and Matteo Ronaldo.
Did you like the video? Don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. See you soon, with the best content.